Hey, one man, one camera, I'm alive. I had a medical emergency in the recent past, and so I'll tell you guys what happened. Usually I wake up around 6 o'clock in the morning and kind of lay there, getting ready for the day's events. I was lying in bed, and it felt like my body just dropped and back up again. It wasn't like I was falling in a dream where you feel like you're falling, but it happened just in an instant. And I was just lying flat, and I was not sleeping or in a half dream, half sleep state. So when I got up, I was unsteady. I couldn't really walk straight, just kind of felt like I was wobbling back and forth. Unsteady gait. So I'm thinking to myself, well, crap, this is not good. And I was wondering if I had some sort of a neurological problem or a stroke. And so I'm thinking to myself, well, I know when you have a stroke, there is something you're supposed to say, which I forgot. And I said, well, I got to think of something to say that's kind of complicated, I guess, to test the old brain and see if there's a problem. And all I could think of was supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, and I said that. Then I thought about it. If my brain has an issue, would I really know if I'm saying it correctly? So I tell myself, well, I need to go to the ER, to the doctor, and get checked out, because this could be, something quite serious. Now, where I live at, there are a couple of hospitals, but the nearest one, I live in UNLV. The nearest one is the, I think it's called Desert Springs Hospital, I think. Now, quick side note, it's a very interesting place and kind of strange, is the hospital closed recently, but the ER room stayed open. So I hop an Uber over there, and when I get to the ER waiting room is empty, which I have never seen before in any ER wherever I've been. Any hospital, empty waiting room. It was empty, so I'm wondering, well, this is interesting, am I alive or am I dead or something? So I checked in, and they take me to the back, and they survey me. Well, what happened, sir? I give them the same thing I told you guys about how my body shook. It felt like, my body was just relaxed and then back together again in an instant. And they took the weight, blood pressure. Okay, sir. And they gave me the EKG. I always say EKG since the old days of watching too many medical shows. And then they gave me the EKG, and I'm laying down in the in the ER area. And so, okay, sir, we're going to give you a CAT scan. All right. And I go to the CAT scan area, lay down, the big machine, first and for a CAT scan. And they gave me the chest x-ray, over the x-ray machine, and did that. Back to the ER area, and laying on the gurney or the cot, whatever you call it. And so I'm, just waiting really for the results. And so after a while, they came in and said, well, sir, we're going to need a urine sample. It's okay, all right. And the nurse or medical staff hand me a jug about as big as my head. And I looked at it. I took a sip. I told the lady, I said, you were giving me performance anxiety. She laughed or whatever. Okay, fine. So I gave them a urine sample, and then I just laid back down, and they gave me the IV. So I'm just chilling really at the ER place. And they check. After maybe a couple hours or so, they come back and say, well, sir, we can't find any issues. Your bloods look good. Your CAT scan looks good. The EKG looks good. The urine looks good. Nothing out of the ordinary. I said, okay. So, and they gave me a couple of tablets for nausea and something else. I forgot, but whatever, right? So my tests are all clear. Now, before they came and told me that, I'm waiting in the little gurney area or in the ER area. That everything's separated by curtains, and so it was really bad. There was an older person in the gurney, the little area next to me, and she coded, and I have never seen that before, heard that before, except on TV. They called in the crash cart, they did the injections, they did the chest compressions, they did the electronic, I forgot what it's called, I should know. They did that, everything, and unfortunately she didn't make it, which was kind of sad. It was kind of weird, you guys, because I'm not a medical professional, and so I am not used to being surrounded by death and so on. So anyway, back to me. As like I said, they came back and told me, hey, sir, everything's clear. We can't find anything wrong. All right. So they say, well, just go ahead and skedaddle, so to speak, and if it doesn't clear up, if it gets worse, please come back and see us. So, okay, back on the Uber and go home. So I was wobbly still for like the next 4 or 5 days. I just didn't feel 100%, but every day I felt a little better, right? So the next day, that night I lay down, I wake up, I go to work, I feel okay, but I'm not feeling perfect. Same thing. It's like I said, maybe the 4th day, 5th day, back to fighting fit. I went to see another doctor about my blood pressure. It's kind of high, and they put me on some medication. I forgot what it's called, but it was a horrible experience because all it did was, not all it did. The side effect, it gave me cramps, and severe cramps. They were horrible cramps. And, I've had cramps before. Like I got dehydrated one time. I was on a cycle ride, really bad, had cramps. But this was insane. I got cramps. Stomach muscles were cramps. The side muscle cramps. Leg muscle cramps. Hamstring cramps. Calf muscle cramps. And the last straw was I was laying in bed and I got a cramp in my calf and it woke me up. It just grabbed it like that. So I changed medication, and now the next one is fine, man. Pressure is lower, no more cramps. I'm very, very happy. It's exciting, so there you go. Now, people say, well, what was the cost of this thing? So the cost, before insurance adjustments, whatever, the gross cost was $22,000 and change for my ER visit. $22,000. And so with my insurance, hallelujah for that, I'll tell you about in a minute. With my insurance, they had an insurance discount, and then the insurance paid a bit. Then I got socked with $950 plus the urine test was rejected by the insurance company, and I got to pay $120 for that. So there you go. Which was when they asked for a urine test, I didn't understand why myself. I want a urine test if my brain is bad, but I guess maybe I was looking for something in there which would help them to diagnose what the problem was. So, like I said, 22 grand net for me, 950 plus 120. What is that? 1070 or so, which was kind of like a bleh. But lucky I have insurance. And the reason why I got insurance this year was last year in like October, November, I was thinking this year, would be a rough year for me as far as medical wise. Don't ask me why, just a gut feeling that I had. And I said I need to get on the insurance plan because I didn't want to get caught out, naked, essentially, with no insurance. So hallelujah for that. So Obamacare, thank you. So Obamacare, or whatever you call it, Affordable Care, whatever it's called, it works. But what was interesting, which I didn't realize, the system, I guess you guys know more than I do, maybe better than I do, is that you have to get your PCP, whatever it is, your preferred doctor, and then you go through that person, and they channel you to your other areas if you need to go to see a specialist for something else, which surprised me. I didn't realize that. Because I had called another place and, well, we need your sign-off from your main doctor. I said, really? I didn't know that. Oh, excuse me. So anyway, so that was quite the interesting experience to the medical system in the USA, because I haven't been to a doctor in the US probably since, I think I was on holiday here in like 1990 something, and had a little funky mole on my arm, and I popped into some place, I think my sister's job where she was working at before, and I said, Doc, what is this? And they looked, don't worry about it. And that was the last time I saw a medical professional here in the US. So the system where you have a main doctor and they channel you around, I had no idea about that. So it's quite surprising. So, every country's different, right? Right. Now, I've been very busy because I had to pick up a second job as I have some expenses going on, not just the medical stuff, expenses going on. So I've been trying to figure out how to manage, both the jobs and kind of fit in with my YouTube stuff, because I haven't done anything. But I filmed a few things here and there, but I haven't had a chance to even take a look at the editing. And so I just want to, I need my downtime to kind of decompress and kind of rest or whatever. And so I haven't really been out there hitting the channel as much as I did, in previous times. But I'm trying to make a plan. I'm trying to get my schedule together and trying to get my head together as far as the work hours and the YouTube hours. But you know, things looking up. Hopefully I got a plan for something. Hopefully it can work out. I think I mentioned that before and it didn't, but now I have a different idea for something which I should be able to hopefully incorporate within my oh so exciting lifestyle. And I think that is just about it. And like I always say, if you see me outside, say hello, and I will say hello back. Take care wherever you are. Have a great day. And stay healthy. This ER charge is not a joke. Whew. Yeah, so anyway. Alright, you guys. Talk to you later.